Oh, Benson Boone, what are you doing? Who are you? Who do you want to be? This album feels not really confusing, but just a little bit lost. Hello and welcome back. It feels good to be back. I'm sorry it's been a while since my last upload. You know, life, health and things have unfortunately got in the way, but hopefully I can get back on track now with some regular uploads. So please stay with me and yeah, let's get into it. American Heart by the lovable, enigmatic, and you guessed it, American born puppet of a man, Benson Boone. Rising to fame through social media, as so many do these days, and having a brief stint on American Idol, which pretty much shot him to stardom, I think. But it wasn't until Beautiful Things that we really saw this Boone explosion, showcasing this really powerful voice. Whether you hate it or love it is another question. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something about him and his music just feels bland. And I do kind of feel bad saying it because this beautiful man has some clear talent. Okay, take this for example. I'm in the tattoo shop getting some work done and he comes on the radio. So, you know, I'm nodding my head a little bit, even singing along. But as soon as the song's over, that's it. It's gone. It's not even in my head anymore. And it never even crosses my mind again until, oh, there he is on the radio again. Even though he has these upbeat, up-tempo songs, nothing sticks. And that's pretty much what we're hearing on this album, unfortunately. Like I said at the beginning, it feels like he's a little lost, like his heart's not in it. It should be called American, not American Heart. Yeah, but that isn't to say there are still some nice little moments here. Starting off with the first track and you get your hopes up for the rest of the album. This fast-paced 80s synthy rock theme. Surprisingly catchy, totally getting into this song. The bridge leading up to the main chorus is full of expectation. That retro organ you hear chilling in the background. The rubbery bass synth sounding full and nice. And I'm even enjoying these really cheesy moments where somebody's asking, what happened next, Benny? But overall, it still feels like there's something missing. I can't quite put my finger on it. Boilerplate pop disguised as rock. There's also this odd disconnect with his vocals and the music in this track. There's some slight distortion on them or something, but it feels odd considering his voice is quite grainy and raspy anyway. So those effects on top of his voice sometimes just make him sound bad. I do feel like his vocals work on the next song, Written About Me, Mr. Electric Blue. I wish. Channeling that 80s rock anthem sound. But again, it's kind of bland until about 3 minutes in we start to hear something interesting. And it all gets a bit loud, theatrical, and a bit camp, which I think suits him way more. You can hear in these moments that he wants to be up there with the greats like Bowie and Queen. Or does he want to be like Bryan Adams? I really can't fucking tell in this album. It's such a mishmash of influence in look and sound with him that I don't know how to feel about him or what he's even trying to do. He honestly just feels like he doesn't know what he wants to be. And this is unfortunately noticeable in the lead track, Mystical, Magical. Ugh. Everything wrong with Benson can be found in this one track. Lyrics, vocals, melody, rhythm, whatever. And I know I've said this word 100 times already, but it is boring. Technically, he's not boring, and that's the confusion. He's got so much energy, he does flips off of pianos, but at the same time, he's just completely forgettable. He's like a really bad cup of tea. You'll drink it anyway, but you'll wish you had something else. I often quite like his vocals, but on this track and plenty of others, it just feels like he's straining, making him kind of sound bad weirdly. And don't get me started on the lyrics, not to mention the constant bragging that's not coming across as cute or funny, but just kind of arrogant. But moonbeam, ice cream, taking off your blue jeans. Did you listen to Harry Styles and think you could say anything slightly hippie-ish and it would sound cool? The lyrics don't really get any better from here with the song Reminds Me of You. You've got a million pairs of underwear spread out on my couch because you left them. It sounds like you spread them out. I know he's trying to play into that trope of everything reminds me of you in this song, but it's literally her underwear. Of course it reminds you of her. And at this point, the vocal melodies are getting a little grating. But I do like it when his voice suddenly goes up into these really, really high frequencies. It's rare, but it sounds really good when he hits them well. It's weird, after the first few songs, there was definitely a dip in lyric quality. Take the song Momma Song, for example. Mama, I'm getting old. Does that mean you're getting older? older. It's making this supposed heartfelt song feel kind of stupid. And at this point, a lot of songs sound insincere as well. And I know that's probably not true, but I think it's just the way he comes across and his whole persona. Because he doesn't know what he wants to be, everything feels kind of fake. Which again, I feel bad saying it because he's really talented. Into the last stretch of the album with the song I Want to Be the One to Call You, starting off quite promising. With this lovely little soft grainy synth pad, and then these LFOs teasing you in a bit, just to be let down by the rest of the track, leaving everything to feel flat and maybe slightly over compressed if I'm being picky. It's like they're trying to make the vocals hold everything, but it's just really struggling, making me lose interest. And finally we come to a song that I'm actually quite liking, Wanted Man. Again with the retro synth, but it plays throughout and it really cements the song together. And then he brings in these various textures. You have him breathing in and out close to your ears. It's a little bit intimate, but I don't mind it. And then you have drums that are slightly filtered in moments, really leaving space for suspense and tension. And then his vocals here sounding way more interesting. The way he rolls off the last word of every sentence, whilst keeping it understated. Even the louder moments, he's not pushing his vocals to the point of annoyance or strain. He's sort of sitting in this really sweet spot that works for him. And then you have the fast rhythm of the music and the vocals really keeping me engaged. And I think he's done it here way better than some of his other tracks. But it's such a shame though it's coming right near the end of the album. Last two tracks of the album now, but first we have a slower song, which is completely forgettable again. A bit of a long lost love anthem, which is a topic he loves to sing about. It's not really bad or anything, it's just slightly unremarkable, and honestly could have finished about a minute or so before the end build up and it would have been way less predictable. Finally, coming on to the last track, which is also the title track. For a moment there I thought I was listening to Dolly, but unfortunately I was not. But saying that, it wasn't the worst song to end on. Yet another lost love song, but it does have a very nice nostalgic Americana rock feel to it. Whilst it's not that bad, it's also indistinguishable from the rest of his catalogue, honestly. Making it a fitting end for an album that doesn't really know what it's trying to do or who it wants to be. Benson Boone has the looks, the voice, the fans. But this album does feel like a missed opportunity and almost a predictable one. It's too safe, it's too scattered, it's too forgettable. The moments where he does shine and do something different, there's just not enough of them. I think there's a lot of potential here and I'm kind of interested to see which way he goes next. Will he stay the same? Will he try something different? Until then, this album just feels like another chart filler that's going to be forgotten within the year. Saying all of that, I'd probably give this album a 3.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you and thank you for, staying tuned, whatever. Hopefully there will be more in the future. Let me know if you want me to cover anything like topics, music, whatever, and I'll do my best, I promise. But feel free to like, subscribe, comment, whatever you like, and hopefully catch you on the next one. Love you. This beautiful